All right, perfect. So you are seeing the intranet, am I right? Yes? See the menu?
Yes,
There's
yes.
Berkshire Hathaway, Home Services, Florida Realty, Home, Florida Do Not Call. Is that what you're seeing on your screen? Not if you can hear
Correct.
me?
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mute everybody. All right. So everybody's on mute right now. If you need to ask a question, just type it on the chat box or remember, and then we'll cover them towards the end of the presentation. All right. So the intranet is like an archive, like a repository of a very large number of different materials that you need. It's not that you may need, you need all the time. So I am going to give you a super fast review, because what you have on the intranet, if we made an honest attempt to cover every single thing on the intranet, we could be here for a week, and I'm not exaggerating. So I just want to make sure of a couple of things. One, that you're aware of it. The address is FloridaRealtyIntranet.com. And I want you to look at your screen. That's the address right there, FloridaRealtyIntranet.com. Your user ID is going to be always Florida Realty. Everybody has the same, right? Because this is not an interactive site. You go in there, it's like a library. You get stuff out, so you don't need your own account, right? So your user ID is Florida Realty, and your password is your office number, right? So for example, in the case for the Delray Beach office is 7525. If you are with the Boca Raton office, your password is 7518, and so on and so forth. If you're not sure about your office number, just ask your managing broker, and otherwise you can use 7525, which is the Delray Beach number. I'm not going to tell anybody. It's going to be our dirty secret, all right? So user ID, Florida Realty, password 7525, unless you know your office password. Once you log in, this is what you're going to see right here, what you have on the screen. And again, we're going to go super fast through what you have in here. So the first thing is the homepage, and the homepage varies, it changes. Stacy will add and remove things, put things in different order depending of what's happening. I'm going to give you a very quick review of what you have right here. And CSC is a very wide range of different materials, different tools and resources. So for example, if you ever thought, oh, I don't know how to write my biography, I really would like to put something on my Facebook business page about myself, or my website, or I want to write a biography on my listing presentation, here's a very good idea on how to write your biography. Actually, this one, it's one of my favorites. If you click on it, it's going to open another tab on your browser without taking you out of the intranet. See? Just open another tab. And look at this. This is 4 pages telling you what can you do to write a proper biography. How cool is that, right? Next step. If somebody's asking you, well, what about your company? What do they do? I mean, what do you guys have? One little office with 10 agents. What is it? Accomplishments for Florida Realty. Again, I'm going super fast, okay? If I wanted to cover everything, we'll spend a week in here. So look at this, 1 page. You can print this and add it to a presentation, send it by email, depending on the situation. And this shows that your company, Florida Realty alone, which is a small fraction of the home services family. Look at this, 3.1 billion sales in volume in 2019, 15,000, over 15,000 transactions, right? So let's say just a scenario that I'm sure you have been through before. A seller is telling you, well, but you know, I got a mom and pop realty right there on the corner. They're so nice. Why should I list with you? Well, this would be a very strong argument, right? Well, last year we got over 15,000 transactions, et cetera, et cetera. So let's go to another one. Profile of international residential real estate activity in Florida. This one is super cool if you're working with investors, or if you want to show your potential sellers how busy South Florida is with international investors. And now we get into stuff that, you know, those are like my favorites. So the marketing media plan, it's like a schedule of when Berkshire Hathaway Home Services is going to have nationwide advertising and whatnot. So for example, you know that in the month of June, we are going to have exclusive advertising on Unique Homes, Prestige Magazine, DuPont Registry, and Penta, right? Public relations every single month, and so on and so forth. And the syndication, there is a list in here of the syndication, including, this is very important, the Financial Times of London, Barron's, the Wall Street Journal, etc., etc. Very, very cool information. Once you're done looking at one of these, don't worry about closing the tab. Remember that when you click on one of these links, it just opens another tab and the intranet remains. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is very interesting. 5 reasons why buyers would want your home. If you're dealing with a seller, yes, this one is a questionnaire you can give them. Tell us the top 5 reasons why others should want to own your home, right? You can get some very interesting perspective in there, especially if you're thinking about what are you going to enter on the remarks, yes? The seller's perspective, as you know, is very unique. Sometimes it's problematic because they tend to believe that their home is worth more than what actually the market would pay for it. But also they will tell you things that maybe they're not self-evident to the eye. So this is a very good idea to give to your sellers or prospective sellers. I'm going to skip some things. I'm going to go to the things that I really, really like. So for example, the marketing flip books, I want you to make a note if you're writing anything. I want you to remember this section, the DHHS Florida Realty Marketing Flip Books. You have 4 different ones. I'm going to make emphasis on 2 of them, maybe 3. So the first one is the brand book. The scenario that I mentioned at the beginning, somebody tells you, tell me about your company. I never heard of your company. Some people never heard of Berkshire Hathaway. Usually in the high end, on the high market, yes, everybody knows exactly who we are. But sometimes you will find people, no, I never heard of your company. Well, who are you guys? Well, this is a perfect resource. You click on it and it's going to open not a single document, it opens a whole book that you can use on your tablet or your laptop, or you can just send the link to someone by email, yes? If you are doing a pre-listing presentation interview with someone, tell them, hey, I'm going to send you an email with something. I want you to look at something. This one, the Florida Realty Brand Book, covers all about the brand, what Berkshire Hathaway is, what do we do, what our values are, what type of marketing Berkshire Hathaway provides, the tools and resources, etc. So that is the brand book. Now we're going to go to another one of my big, big favorites, the listing book. Now look at the listing book. Let's imagine in this scenario that you don't need to clarify who Berkshire Hathaway is. They already know who we are. So instead of making emphasis on who we are, we'll make emphasis on what are we going to do for you when you list with us. And check this out. And remember, you don't need a user ID and password to click on this link. So you can just copy this link up here, paste it on an email, and send it to whoever you want. Yes? So this is the listing book. And you know what? I think I have a physical example here somewhere. If you look at the little screen where I am, instead of looking at the big screen where I'm sharing, see that one? This is the physical example, right? That's what it looks like when you print it. All right. I really like the listing book. The listing book answers pretty much any question that a very savvy, very well-informed seller can possibly think of. For example, hey, where's my listing is going to go? And when I list, is my property going to display properly on cell phones, or is going to be like a big PDF that people have to move around in order to see information? Is my home going to show on Realtor.com, in Zillow? Things like that. Everything is answered in there. And remember, this is digital. You can access it instantly. So if you have a tablet or if you have a laptop, I want you to remember that if you go to the intranet, the links are right there. So you're sitting with someone, even someone that you just met 3 minutes ago, you can open this and start showing them. talks about UI. Trick question. Anybody here knows, and you guys nod if you do, anybody here knows what UI means in Mandarin? UI means home abroad. That's what it means, home abroad in Mandarin Chinese, yeah? Talks about artworks and so on and so forth. Again, we're going super fast through this. So I want you to, after the webinar, I want you to go into the intranet and start playing with the things that call your attention the most. And the marketing proposal, when you need to get very specific about, okay, let me tell you what the marketing is going to be for your property. This is the marketing proposal, 45 pages. Now I'm going to tell you something about the marketing proposal. The marketing proposal is set up to work as it is right now. This very moment, you can grab the link, send it to someone, and it works. But, in my opinion, and again, this is just my opinion, you guys may have a different opinion on this. In my opinion, it is always a better choice to customize whatever you're going to send to your customers, whatever you're going to send to a seller. And how do you customize what you're going to send to your seller? How do you grab the same marketing proposal, that gorgeous marketing proposal, but you insert your picture, your contact information, and how do you insert the seller's information in there? How do you insert a picture of the seller's home, right? Okay, so this same thing I just showed you, the marketing proposal, you're also going to find it. You go all the way up to the top of the home page, and you go to market your listings, and on market your listings, you go to listing presentation materials, and on listing presentation materials, you see this home selling proposal, and that's the key word right there. You can edit. So you have the same marketing proposal, but you can open it on PowerPoint, and then you can insert your information on every page. You can make like a nice little footer with your picture, your information. And then once you have a template that has your information, another cool thing is that you can remove pages that you don't like, and you can add information. Let's say that you do something special. Let's say that you also extend the AdWords campaign. You do that regularly for your listings, so you want to add in there that you do a month AdWords campaign for every one of your listings. You can add that. And then once you have the template ready, all you need to do every time you're going to interview a seller is to add their information on the cover page. You just add, hey, you know, marketing presentation customized for Jimmy and Jane seller. And you can put their picture if you have it, and you can put the picture of their property. Imagine the psychological impact when you email or you show up in person with a presentation that is obviously professional, but also highly customized. It talks about you, and it talks about them and their property, yeah? So again, you need a listing presentation right now in the next 30 seconds, and you have not customized one, you have it on the home page right there. The marketing proposal is good to go. But if you can invest 15, 20 minutes, 3-4 times a week for the next week to customize this presentation, do it, save it, and now you're going to have a template. Okay, very powerful stuff. I'm going to go back to the home page because I'm not done with the home page yet, and we already spent 15 minutes. See, I told you this had to be super fast. So that section that I show you, remember, is the BHHS Florida Realty Marketing Flipbooks. Those are good to go. Those are links that you can send to everybody. Luxury marketing overview. If you have a listing, it's over, depending on the area, it can be as low as $750,000 or so. It can be up to over $1 million, depending where it is. It qualifies for the luxury collection, which is one of the massive advantages that you get with Berkshire Hathaway. Right? Okay, so you have the overview, the requirements, the publication dates, everything is in there. So if you have a listing that you think is going to qualify for the luxury collection, stop by in there. There's also a full separate section for the luxury collection. But remember, on the home page, quick link. The Florida Realty Marketing Overview. If you have not gone to YouTube and watched this video, You need to put it in your calendar, and you have to do this. Listen, I've been with the company since 2012, and I have to watch this. At least once every other month I have to watch it because we have so many tools that is completely overwhelming. So if you feel confident that you know everything that we offer in marketing, I tell you right now that you're wrong. You need to watch this video because this is information that you are going to convey to sellers, and this may turn a listing presentation in your favor, right? So remember, Florida Realty marketing overview. I don't know if you know this. If you don't, you're going to be very happy that you came to this webinar today. You do get a special account with Videolicious. If you want to know how to do that, you have it right there where it says the free video app, right? And it's super cool because with Videolicious, you can just grab a couple of videos with your phone, just like you do videos of, you know, a kitten being silly or a birthday party, nothing special. But Videolicious will allow you to create a professional looking video with music in the background and whatnot. Again, I don't know if you know this. If you don't know it, you are going to love me forever for this. You know that you have a concierge service with us, which is free for your customers. So if you want to know about it, you click on the PDF and it will open the flyer. You have somebody moving, you just give them this phone number, and they are going to take a massive burden off the shoulders of your customer who's moving, okay? People are not going to forget what you did for them. And it costs you nothing because we're taking care of, and it costs your customer nothing. It's courtesy. So remember this, the concierge. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of the webinar that I was going to cover a lot of stuff super, super fast? I'm not lying, right? This is one of my favorites because I'm a nerd. I'm going to show you. The life of a file, a closing flowchart. Look at this. It explains what happens. The closing process starts here. Contract and deposit, what happens on the title side, what happens on the mortgage side, the whole information. This clarifies so much in my mind when I'm trying to figure out at what point we are. This is fantastic. You know how it works too? Let's say that you're sitting with a friend of yours, and your friend is very, very clever. And your friend knows that he can sell his home without the help of a realtor. Because selling a home is just like selling a pair of shoes, right? So, hey, just out of the goodness of your heart, you can just pull this and say, hey, just to give you an idea of what happens once you actually get an offer accepted, that's what happens. And this is what you have to deal with, right? Just an idea. You have like a million different things that you can do, and information. This is information. This is one of my favorites. I actually have it on my wall. This one, probably have seen this around the office because in every office we have this on the wall, but these are your emergency numbers. These are all your 911s. So are you moving a postcard from Marketing Resource to Express Docs and you don't know what to do, you have the support number in there. You are stuck with Paradigm, you don't know why 2 days after you enter a listing you haven't gotten your link for your virtual tour yet, phone number is right there. Social media resource, you want to get started, the link is right there. You have a Prima website, if you do, good for you, smart decision, the phone number is right there, etc., etc. This is very good, and this is what we have in all the offices. Yes, Claudia just showed me that she has a printout of that. Claudia, very smart. All right, the home buyer's guide. This is not only awesome, it is in 2 different languages. So if you have a customer who's more comfortable reading in Spanish, you'll have a version of the home buyer's guide in Spanish. And guess what? Home Seller's Guide, another wonderful book, same thing, English and Spanish both. So I'm going to show you super quick because we have only 9 minutes left. The Home Buyer's Guide, open it. Oh, the Home Buyer's Guide, I lied to you. It's not in 2 languages, it's in 3, Spanish, English, and Portuguese. Yes, this means right here, Home Buyer's Guide. This is, I believe, something like 30-some pages. I'm going to show you the English version so you can make sense of it. Where's my home buyer's guide? This is the Spanish one. This is in English. All right, so the home buyer's guide. It begins with a quick reference, and if you think about it, the quick reference is a very, very good hook for your customer to keep this handy and think about you all the time, okay? And it is fantastic. If you haven't printed this, if you don't have a printout, do it. Do it after the class. If you don't have a printer at home, the next time you visit the office, make a printout and keep it, because it is an excellent reference for us too, okay? Absolutely priceless. Absolutely priceless. And I gotta tell you, this is courtesy of FTGA. I'm a big fan of FTGA for so many reasons, and this is fantastic. This is courtesy of FTGA. We had a special edition of the marketing overview that I mentioned before. If you want to see the special one that was just a little bit over a month ago, you have the live video right here that you will take you to YouTube. Or if you want to see just the slideshow, the PowerPoint is right there, PDF. It keeps on going. I want to show you a couple of very important things on another section before we run out of time. So, if you participated of my farming webinar with INTRANET, with IMAP, you will remember that I mentioned that if you plan to call a seller, a potential seller, a homeowner, and you don't have a business relationship with them and they did not contact you first, you have to check their number on the do not call list. You have to do that unless you have $11,000 to spare, because the fine can be $11,000. So if you have a phone number, go to the intranet, and on the intranet, you're going to click on Florida do not call list. You can search numbers or add numbers. Now for search numbers, you click on it, and all you have to do is to type that number. I'm going to type my cell number there, 954-598-4611. Search. See that? You guys can't call me anymore. Now, remember, this is a common confusion. If you have a business relationship with a person, if the person contacted you first, you can call them as much as you want. But if this is a first contact, run the number on the do not call list. It's going to take you the half a second that it took me to type a number and click on search. Yes, it's going to save you a lot of grief. And then, just wrapping this up, because you will know to scroll down and click on each one of the sections and open the documents and download the documents and save them if you like them. We're going to move to market your listings. On the market your listings, you have 5 massive sections. Luxury collection of Florida. You have the webinar, the certification, the luxury collection virtual magazine is always the latest edition, the flyer, the qualifications, the application that you need to fill out. It's not going to be automatic. So if you have a $3 million listing, you need to fill out this application and give it to your managing broker. The listing presentation materials. I gave you a little overview 10 minutes ago. These are either the full listing presentation that you can edit, or one that is already good to go, or the individual elements that you can use if you decide that you just need 1 or 2 pages out of it. Power of the brand, Home Services America, blah, 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 blah. Marketing forms. One of them is pretty cool, is getting your home show ready. So when we go back to normal and we start having a lot of open houses again, normal open houses and whatnot, no virtual, that's a very cool one to give to your home sellers. Marketing options for your listings. Virtual and video tours. And then, this is the last one that I'm going to show you. If you want to design your own flyer instead of going to marketing resource, it's fine. I mean, if you are creative, a lot of the stuff that I send you, I design my own graphics. I know they're very poor graphics, but I do it myself, right? So let's say, for example, hey, I want to do something, but I want to get the company logo. I want to get the company disclaimer and whatnot. Okay, so you have all that available. You just go to Tools and Resources, and on Tools and Resources, right here, BHHS, Florida Realty logos, videos, brand guidelines, and disclaimers. Yes. If you happen to hire a graphic designer to do work for you, or a web designer because you want a super customized website, you need to send them the link for this. They are going to need this because, like all brands, there are very strict guidelines on how to present it, what colors to use, how to frame it, how much text you can put around it, etc., right? So remember that. Under tools and resources, you have the Florida Realty logos, disclaimers, and approved colors, right? And then back to the home page. So I am going to open the floor for questions. Give me just 1 second. All right, I am unmuting everybody. Any questions?
Are all one and the same? They're at the same address.
If you guys want to unmute yourself, everybody's unmuted by default, but if you want to unmute yourself, just hit your space bar.
I told Tracy, I said, going forward.
No questions? Let me see what we have on the chat box.
Personal property, you can't say personal property.
Isabel, in order to access the intranet, you're going to go to www.floridarealty.com. www.floridarealty.com.
Two separate transactions, but that's all
user ID is Florida Realty, all one word. And your password is going to be your office number.
Yeah.
Delray Beach, my office number is 7525.
685,000.
If you use 7525, I'm not going to tell anybody. It's going to be our secret. But it is much better if you know your office number. You ask
I knew this.
Your managing broker, and they will tell you your office number is.
All
right. Any other questions? Thank you so much, guys. I love you all. Stay safe. Thank you so much for taking the time to come to the webinar. And if you have 10 minutes, dive into the intranet, start playing with it. As I show you, it's massive. It's got hundreds of invaluable resources, and you have to use them because they're good and they will make you money. Thank you, guys. Stay safe. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you.